Hello, everybody. This is Stephen Whitfield with Drilling Contractor here at the 2023 IADC Drilling Onshore Conference in Houston, Texas. And with me right now is Cody Ashley, Director of HSC at Latshaw Drilling. Mr. Ashley participated in a panel discussion on safety and onshore, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that panel discussed. So, Cody, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
So, one of the big things that was discussed in this panel was TRIR. And one of the things that was mentioned was how we've seen an increase in TRIR in U.S. land over the last 3 years. So what do you kind of make of that statistic? And from a lateral drilling perspective, how do you kind of approach the mitigation of TRIR?
So there has been a significant increase in TRIR, total recordable incident rate. As a company, as an industry, we have identified that as being the loss of our experienced employees and bringing in a tremendous amount of new to industry employees, moving employees from one company or another industry into our industry. It always presents a set of challenges that we have to train and mentor and coach people to polish not only their knowledge, but their skills and their abilities.
So, Cody, another thing that was talked about in this panel was sort of this newer metric, serious injuries and fatalities, or SIFs, and kind of the value of TRIRs and the values of SIFs and the relationship between the two. Where do you see that relationship kind of falling? Do you think that SIFs are a valuable metric for measuring incidents? Do you think it's more valuable than TRIR? Where do you see that all kind of fitting?
Well, I think TRIR is valuable because that's what our customers are interested in. They want to know where our failures are. But TRIR is a measurement of our failures, and it should not be used as a measuring stick to help predict future successes. SIFs, our organization doesn't use that exact term, but SIFs are based more on the potential for injury to occur, for that serious injury or fatality to occur. As an industry, we have oftentimes had an event happen where there was no physical harm to any of our employees, and we said, man, we dodged a bullet that time. And that's where we need to start learning from those opportunities, where we, instead of dodging bullets and being thankful that we dodged another bullet, we need to take that opportunity to actually learn what created that situation where if an employee was in the wrong place at the right time, that we would have had that serious injury.
Another thing that was sort of discussed was about sort of third parties in mitigating incident risk. Now, when you look at TRIR, when you look at SIFs, this is very much sort of putting the onus on the drilling contractor in terms of where incidents kind of fall. But as was noted in this panel, there are incidents where you're working with a vendor and something happens, and that is an incident that sort of falls in the drilling contractor's purview. So what are your conversations like with these vendors in terms of mitigating safety risk? Do you think that too much of the onus is on the drilling contractor or not? Where do you see all that balance sort of fitting?
Well, the third-party employees that we bring out that are our vendors, they have been vetted, and we have a good understanding of what the expectations are whenever they arrive on location. However, most of the third-party crews that come out to perform operations on a drilling rig are selected and hired from the operator, the E&P company. And therefore we don't have the same level of controls of selecting. We're not part of the bidding process. We don't get to make the selection of who comes out to do the job. So at that point, we have to realize that our employees are our responsibility, and they could be impacted from the third-party employees that are on site. Therefore, it's important for us to make sure that we use an opportunity whenever those employees show up on site to do our third-party orientation, to lay out our expectations, as well as having some oversight where we still remain the prevailing voice of influence during those third-party operations.
Well, Cody, thank you again for taking the time to talk to us a little bit about safety. I know it's on the minds of everybody in the industry, so to hear your perspective, it's really great. So thank you again.
Thank you for your time.
And thank you for visiting Drilling Contractor.